everyone, welcome to another Versus video. I am just fresh back from Valencia, Spain. Extremely jet lagged, a little scruffy around the edges here, so...
You look fine.
If you see...
No, I don't see anything. There's not even anything there.
Couldn't even say it with a straight face. Yeah, so if I'm a little wonky, it's because I basically am used to being 6 hours different than the time we are at right now.
And speaking Spanish.
Yeah, I actually learned fluent Spanish in 2 days, so yeah.
I believe it.
Muy bueno.
Muy bueno. El Baterscolo.
Yes.
So we're going to play our basic token game, but we got a little twist to it. I realized earlier that everybody in the top 5 of the Players' Championship race currently has a token. So that's what we're going to use. So Mr. Jensen is currently in first, followed by BBD. Recently passed Brad Nelson this last weekend by Uno point.
Game. Hashtag game.
Uno point. And we have Mr. Eric Smith coming up in the rear in 5th place. He's actually not that far behind. He's has like 27 or 26 points, or 127 or 26 points or something. So he's
not far back.
He's basically like a win away from being in earshot of taking the lead. Now I did snap it off last time, so I'm going to be the one picking one of these.
Snap it off's a little loose. It was your 3rd guess.
I mean, you get 3 guesses for a reason.
Yeah, I like to use only one.
You did. There's no Evan Irwin here this time, though, so you're not going to get that lucky.
I might guess the Evan Irwin first guess. Anyway, just for value.
There. I mean, you did slip a brick in last week.
I did.
So I do have to pick one of these, and I think that what we're actually going to go with here is this one. So I think that this is going to be the perfect one to level him.
Brad Nelson.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Do I have like reflect? Can you see it in my beard? Is it reflecting in my beard?
Snapped it off. I'll be on the play.
How did that even happen?
Yes. All right.
I think he has like a headset, and the director told him what I picked.
I can't possibly lose this game. I have my one swamp that's non-whiteboarded. It's in my opening hand. This hand is pretty good, actually. It's a lot of good cards against this deck, so I'm definitely keeping.
I don't know if I can keep this hand. So I do have a Temple, and I have an Accelerant on 2 into a Monster on 3, but that's all I have. So I think that with this hand, if I draw 1 or 2 lands, I'm probably going to lose. But I am on the draw. This is probably on par with an average 6. But if I mulligan, it'll give me a chance to actually have a very good hand. I think I'm going to keep this, actually. We'll give it a shot, see what happens. In the spirit of BBD returning from Spain, we'll keep a sketcher.
I kept a hand in Spain that was Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarch, Wall of Roots, and 4 lands, none of which were a Gavany Township. Easily won that game.
Oh, no. And you have a Thoughtseize?
I'm just going to turn 1 Thoughtseize you. I'm at 18 life. Oh, that's super awkward. Yeah, we're just going to take that guy. Actually, it might even be right to not take that guy. No, I think I have to take that guy. All right, so you have a Temple, Blood, Stomping. Going to get stomped this game. Tomb. Another Temple. Oh, no, wait, a Forest. And a Sylvan. All right, you're up.
Oh, man.
It might have been right to take the carry at it since, like, Polychronos can't come down for 4 turns, but in the same vein, if he just draws another Accelerant in the meantime, I easily see myself losing that Polychronos.
And I think I have to keep this one.
Or Poluchronos, I believe is actually the correct pronunciation.
I think it's Polychronos.
All right, we're going to get old Thoughtseize and a Rat going. Get that rat out there.
Uh-oh. Well, fortunately, I drew an answer.
That is super lucky.
Do I have 18 here? No, I don't even need to. Just play a Forest, and we will Mizium Mortars the Pack Rat.
Well, that's unfortunate for us.
Go ahead.
Pack Rat was one of our keys to victory. We're gonna follow it up with a strong 3. Tormented Hero.
That means my Sylvan Caryatid is not being Lifebane zombied. All right. Well, the top of our deck has been very nice to us.
Perfect.
We'll play Caryatid and pass.
All right. We are Hopefully, he's probably going to block. The top of our deck has been very unkind to us. We're going to attack into a Sylvan Caryatid.
I'll block.
All right, I'm going to Boon of Erebus.
Oh, man, trigger.
All right, I'm not going to Boon of Erebus. I'm going to cast a Desecration Demon.
You got him.
Big D, post-combat, you're up.
All right. So I can just cast this.
Seems loose.
But I imagine it's probably just going to die. So I think that I would rather use this. I'm going to Temple first.
Okay.
And this one's actually not bad. I think that it might even be better to, now that we know this is on top, just to jam this. Let him use a removal spell and follow it up with these two. Yeah, I think that's actually going to be fun. It's a little risky, but I like taking risks.
Alright, Polychronos.
Your turn.
Out there. Out and about.
And if I need to, technically I can just tap the demon with my Caryatid.
Oh, that was a good draw. That was a beautiful
Are we
draw.
bestowing here?
I just ripped a Herald of Torment.
Wow.
Drain you. So we're up to 19, and you are down to 19. And I'm going to enter my combat step.
Oh, man.
They just don't.
Jeez.
I didn't even have to one-time dealer. Just actually
Yeah.
drew it.
I think that I have to tap the demon here.
All right, big D on the tap. Smaller D getting in now for 5.
14.
So you're at 14, and I'll pass the turn to you.
Alright, so we'll draw what we knew is here.
Please don't be a Dreadbore. Probably a Domri. Courser. Okay, Courser is fine.
I'll play a Courser. We're going to shock and gain a life, so I
you
go to
go to
13.
Yep, you're at 13.
I will Dreadbore the demon, and I'll attack you for 5.
Alright, taking 5, I'm at 14.
Go ahead. So we're definitely in a racing situation here.
Well, that was super unfortunate that he drew his 1 Dreadbore, so...
There's 2 in the deck.
Or his 2 Dreadbores. We're going to show him a Swamp and then play a Mutavault.
I'll take 5 and go to 8.
Alright, he's at 8. He's dead in 2 turns. We just need to not die. You're up. This card is...
Oh yeah, this gets revealed.
Oh, another Polychronos. How lucky.
Alright, so I'll draw.
Don't
We'll reveal
raid.
a Domri raid.
So lucky.
How cute is that? Alright, so... we're going to gain a life.
Alright, you're at
and a
9.
9. And I think that I just have to attack with both of my creatures here. The Polychronos is able to act as a removal spell. But if he draws a removal spell for the Polychronos, then I'm just dead. If I keep back the Courser... I think I just have to be risky and go for it.
I think we just take it. We're not dead this turn, and we can always block next turn with Mutavaults if we need to. So we'll go ahead and take a grand total of 7. We're down to 7.
I'll pass.
All right, come on, dealer. Well, we can attack him for 5. We know he's going to be probably killing our Tormented Hero next turn. We'd hit him for 7. Let's see. We are at 7 life. If we activate both Mutavaults, then he can kill one with Pelucranos, and he would take 7, drop him down to 2, but then he can kill us on the swing back, so we can't do that. I also don't want to just play this card into him monstering Pelucranos and killing us, so I don't think we want to actually play this card. Because like he wants to use his mana at end of turn for Pelucranos, and if we just give him a thing to kill, that's just kind of bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and send in for 5.
4.
Drop him down to 4. So he is dead next turn to this, even with gaining life from Courser. So he is going to have to use Domri to fight, which does give us a chance to kill him, the following turn. And I'm just going to go ahead and play a land just in case and say go.
Okay, so I definitely just have to monstrous my Polycranos here. The problem is that... Oh, we missed... How long has this been in play?
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to take a damage every turn.
So you did it on 5, so you've taken 2 damage?
Yep, that's right.
All right,
So
so
I'm
you're
at
at
5.
5.
That actually does.
Yeah, that is relevant. Does that change your turn?
No, it doesn't change my
Okay.
turn. Because this guy does have a drawback.
Yeah. So we're just going to monstrous this for 2 here.
Okay, so I'll Freak Secure to finish it off.
No! Alright, so we will draw.
Draws Domri.
And we reveal a Stomping Ground.
How lucky.
Okay, so... Man, I really want to be able to play this Domri and Polycranos this turn. But if I do that, I'm dead. So I think that...
Alright, top of our deck. Gonna need you to be good next turn.
So I think that I just have to attack with the Polycranos. He's going to chump with the Mutavault. Now if I do that, then when I fight, my guy dies. So I can't go to 3. Herald of Torment's going to kill me. Okay. Huh. This is actually a really interesting board state. So if I just attack with the Polycranos then he'll throw away his... He has to block with the Mutavault. That's 3, 4, 5. I think I have to anyways. Maybe I just attack with the Courser. And then fight. Yeah, I think that's fine. But then you can activate both Mutavaults and kill my Courser. Well, I have to start by this.
Okay, so you're at 5.
I'll go to 5.
Alright, Brick City. Yeah, that's kind of bricks that we're looking for here.
So I think that I will... I have to fight with the Domri this turn. And I don't want to lose my Polycranos yet.
I think it's either attack with Courser or nothing.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that attacking with the Courser is fine.
Alright, well I'm going to double block because if I drop to 3, then I'm actually just dead to Courser next turn because I take a damage from Herald. So I'd rather trade a Mutavault for a Courser at this point in the game.
Yep.
Plus it also gives him, potentially better draws. So, alright.
And I'll play the Domri.
Yep.
And we'll fight here.
Alright, Tormented Hero dead. Also, you have to keep at least something back so you don't not to do this.
Yeah. And then I'll pass.
All right.
You
I got a 4. Come on, dealer.
Yeah, I think I'm still just losing this race. I needed that to be a spell.
Ultimate price.
Yep, that kills me.
Pay the ultimate price. All right, so we're back for game number 2.
And I will be on the play like most Elvish Mystic decks like to be.
God. How can one man be so lucky?
Whew. Well, it is definitely not this man who is lucky, and I will be mulliganing this hand.
All right. Yeah, that one looks pretty I wonder, is this card even worth playing in the deck? I honestly don't know.
I played 2 in the green red version and didn't have any issues at all.
Yeah, but this is playing a third color, so.
Yeah, like your color requirement, like the colors that you have are still all the same. The only problem is that you don't have Rampager. So I liked Mutavault when I had Rampager, just as another way to kill the control decks. But now that you don't have Rampager, you probably don't even need Mutavault. I wonder if it'd just be better as 2 more temples.
Yeah, I think it'd be better as 2 more temples, honestly. But I don't know, could be wrong. My hand, on the other hand, is I don't think this hand's actually very good against this deck at all. Probably pretty bad, but I mean, I'm not throwing it back, so.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, like with the double mortars, Domri had that Mutavault been a red source, that hand would have been a keeper.
Nice sleeves, by the way.
Dude, it's all about the panda.
Your sleeves are much cuter than mine. That's actually not true.
I don't know.
That guy's pretty cute.
This panda's really surprised. All right,
Yeah.
so let's see how good our 6 is. This hand is not stellar, but I am not going to mulligan.
All right, let's see what you got.
Stomping Grounds.
Wow, no Elvish Mystic.
Never.
Tormented Hero.
Oh, that was a decent draw. Go ahead.
At least it's. I actually am happier to see that it's ooze.
And not carry it to him?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes I am. All right. Well, we're gonna bash. So I don't think he's gonna trade, but he might.
I'm actually going to trade.
All right, he's gonna trade. All right. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We're gonna hopefully make him pack it in, but we'll see. Our hand's actually pretty good at this point because we drew a pretty good one.
Go to 18.
Hope it's not another ooze.
We'll play a Courser.
Okay.
So that's your turn.
All right. Draw. We have a number of options here, but I don't actually think we care about killing this Courser. So I'm just going to play a second Pack Rat and another Tormented Hero, and get the party going that way. We can actually attack through his Courser next turn, so we'll pass back to you.
All right, so here I think we just have to play this. And it's going to be pretty rocky here, because I don't have Elysian Mortars.
Bueno.
Those rats are going to get out of hand quickly. But we're going to take 1 to 17 and play a Reaper.
All right.
And then it'll be your turn.
Old Reaper. Interesting. So here's an interesting scenario. We can either we're definitely going to Hero's Downfall as Reaper of the Wilds. But we can play this and not attack, or we can play this and attack and get in for 3 damage. And I don't actually know what's better.
If you're thinking about playing an untapped land, I think the untapped land line is better, because it also allows you to attack with your Tormented Hero. Like, you can throw your Tormented Hero away, but if I take the 6, it'll put me at 11, and you'll have 3 rats and play with a Mutavault.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that line is very aggressive.
Yeah, I still don't think I actually want to attack with the Tormented Hero yet, though. For reasons unbeknownst to Christopher VanMeter.
If you have a Herald of Torment.
All right, we're going to Hero's Downfall, that fine gentleman. And I actually think that I can play this one because I can just make a rat next turn if I don't draw an untapped land. And if I do, I'm better off this way. So we'll go ahead and send in our 2-pack rats. I will activate
one and pick
Mutavault.
3. 14.
You're at 14. And you're up. So we know he has a Mystic in his hand and now Sylvan Caryatid. So he only has one card we don't know about. Another Courser on top.
Yeah, that's not very good for us.
Right, so he's bricking on lands, which is actually very good for us.
So I can play both of these, but we're still in pretty bad shape. I don't think I want to attack with my Courser.
Just going to stay the course.
Yeah, I think I just play the Mystic and the Caryatid and then pass.
Alright, so he does have access to Mizium Mortars next turn, so I really hope that is not the card in his hand. That would be bad. If it is. That was a pretty good draw. I don't actually want to discard it to pack rat, I don't think. But yeah, we're gonna start by just getting in with our 2 rats and see what he does. Like if he wants to gang block a rat, then I can just make a rat and go from there.
I think that I do actually have to block with my Courser.
Alright, well he probably has a Mizium Mortars as the card in his hand if he's making a block like that. Like he's baiting us into making a rat and activating Mutavault. So I don't think he makes that. I don't think he takes that line of play if he doesn't have a Mortars. So because of that, I don't want to actually. Well, let's see. Yeah, because he could have a land. I think we just activate Mutavault here and just get him for 3. So
11.
11. And I'll go ahead and scry. And that's a good one. We'll keep it on top. Now, I do have an option here. Let's see, you're at 11. I can actually kill his Elvish Mystic, which would keep him off of the mana to Mizium Mortars us, unless the card below Courser of Crucifix is a land. So, I don't know. It's a little risky. I think we might. Maybe we should kill his Courser of Crucifix. If that's the case, I should have done that before attacking. But I don't know.
The attack baited the information.
Yeah, the attack does bait information. I think since he's just going to Mortars us next turn, and we know he's drawing another Courser, I think I will actually just kill his Courser of Crucifix now. That might be a mistake, but we'll see. And then we'll pass. And I assume probably going to be scooping my guys.
I wish.
No, he doesn't have it. Woo! Beautiful.
This is a good block, though. Made you think I did.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I think at this point my goal is to try and find it.
Guessing that means number 2 is coming out. Although killing a Courser is actually fine, though, because like him gaining double life is pretty good. And he can double block like pack rats with 2 Coursers. So
I'll go to 12.
Yep.
I'll pass.
Alright. We will draw. Go all in on L Rat. Go all in on the pack rat if I want to. We know he's not drawing Mizium Mortars next turn, so that might be better. I kind of like this, but I think it might actually be better to just go in on pack rats instead. So I am just going to attack with both of these.
Let's see, 12. I'll block with that.
I will pitch a Desecration Demon to make a rat, and I will activate Mutavault.
Yep, so I'll take 4, go to 8.
Yep. And Elvish Mystic is down. Your turn.
Alright. So I think that I am just dead. Alright, well, we'll gain a life.
9.
Yeah, I'm just dead.
See, why are you playing a land deck over there?
I don't know.
Should be playing a spell deck.
Playing a land combo deck.
Alright, we are back for sideboarding. So, as for myself, I think these 1-drops are a little mediocre against his deck. He has Sylvan Caryatid, Corsair Crewfix, just a number of cards that like invalidate what these are trying to do. So, I'm going to cut all 8 of my 1-drops, and I'm cutting 2 Painseers as well. And I think Painseer might actually be worse than these, but I don't know for sure. And I haven't drawn it yet, so I'm going to keep it in. So I'm going to keep in 2 of these. I'm going to bring in these cards. More Thoughtseized and Duress to strip his basically relevant cards, his Planeswalkers, his removal spells, and then 4 Doomblades to kill all those guys. So post-board, we're kind of playing the plan where we want to like Doomblade Ultimate Price and Hero's Downfall every creature that he plays. We want to use Lifebane Zombie to strip relevant cards, and then just kind of beat him down with whatever creatures we have, Mutavaults, etc. So I actually think that we're pretty favored post-board, but I could be wrong.
So my configuration, I'm cutting the dragons, Domri and a Corsair Crewfix for a bunch more removal spells. Domri is very good against the Black Devotion and the control type decks, but against a deck like this, I don't think the Domri is all that great. I'm going to be wanting to use it primarily to attack his creatures, and that will leave me vulnerable if he has a removal spell in response. Plus, because he has some aggressive creatures in his deck and a bunch of cheap removal, it'll be difficult for me to keep Domri around once I actually get it into play. And I think I would rather just have removal spells for his guys. So if we get in a situation where we're just both casting removal spells back and forth, at some point I'll draw a Domri or be able to get a creature into play that's difficult for him to get rid of, like Reaper of the Wilds, and just try and lean on that. I feel like Reaper is going to be the most important card in my deck post-board. And I'm keeping all the mana accelerants in because I want to be able to get him into play and keep him alive. So getting to 6 mana is going to be pretty important. I think Dragon's just too slow. So it's just going to spend 5 mana and die to a 2 mana spell. Like every removal spell in your deck kills it. So
Yeah.
that's how we're going to try it out, and maybe we'll have some better draws than we did before. I feel like I had a pretty good draw game 1 and ended up losing. So let's see what happens.
Okay, let's do it. All right, we are back for game 3, the first of our post-board games.
And I get to be on the play.
Come on, deck. Come on, deck.
And this hand is not bad, so I'm going to keep it.
This hand is powerful, but very slow, and potentially lacking things. So
4 demon, 3 land.
So we're going to keep it.
Go.
All right, I'm all about keeping slow hands. I love them. Go.
18 Caryatid, go.
That's bad news. That is bad news. Ooh, I'll dress you.
You get a Dreadbore.
All right, so you have another Dreadbore, a Sylvan. All right, so you have a Boar, a Sylvan, a Crypt, and a Spook. All right, go.
16 Polykranos.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm sure he's not long for this world, but that's all right.
Might be long, strong. Lifebane Zombie, not the strongest line.
You gonna get my Caryatid?
Yep, I'm gonna get that Druid Stomping Ground. All right. You're up.
All right, well, we're gonna go to 14.
That's not good.
And we're gonna fight for dose. and 7 you.
All right. I'm at 13.
Go ahead.
All right, come on, deck. Come on, deck. It's not what we're looking for. He's a Dreadbore in his hand.
Yep.
All right, well, we're going to start by scrying.
A river.
All right, that card does not kill Pelucranos. To the bottom.
Well, there are a lot of cards in your deck that do.
It's true.
But you got 2 turns to find them.
All right, we're going to throw this guy back out there again. Oh, double Dreadbore. How lucky. Go. That has a lot of Dreadbores.
It is a lot of Dreadbores. Dreadbore the zombie. 7.
6. Don't
Play
do it.
Mystic and pass.
All right,
I was
Mystic.
hoping to draw like a Domri or like a
Alright.
Reaper of the Wilds. I'm just gonna. I'll put it over on this side, closer to the graveyard for you.
Interesting location for it. I'm going to play a Herald of Torment and then pass the turn.
You have how many cards?
3.
3 cards. I'm sure my Polycranos is going to eat it here, but that's fine. Attack for 8.
I'll take 8 points of damage. I'm at -2 life.
Do you really
All
just have no removal?
right, let's see. Draw for turn. Oh, it's a Doomblade. Oh, hey.
It's
Yeah.
just a bunch of demons. Okay.
Yeah, just a bunch of big Ds.
And I'm really glad I just played that Polycranos and not the Caryatid and pass.
All right.
Here we are for game number 4.
Yeah, like our hand last game was good if you didn't play very early Pelucranos. So, fortunately you did, and we did not draw a removal spell and died badly. So, this hand is pretty good. Keep. Run the keeps.
I think I have to keep this hand. I'm not too excited about it being on the draw, but
Go.
Go.
And I will cast the card Pack Rat. Your turn. Paka Rata.
Huh. All right. Well, we're going to play a Caryatid and pass.
So, I know you're supposed to just always make a rat, but I really don't feel like I win by just trying to pack rat him out. And I'd rather just play better creatures instead. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play Lifebane and try to take his 4-drop. Try to take one of his numerous 4-drops. Yeah, because like Pelucranos just completely bricks a pack rat. So glad that I did this. All right, so his hand is. Well, we're gonna take one of the Pelucranoses. And then you have another one. I guess I'm going to do sheet here. You have 2 Domries,
Dose Domries.
1 Blood Crypt, and 1 Courser. Alright. Your turn.
Well, I feel like this Polycranos is probably just going to die.
I really hope so.
So to play the Polycranos, I have to take 2, tap out. He can kill it. And then, so if he has like land Doomblade, I'm taking 7 damage. 8, 9. So let's be at 11 already. Man, that does not seem very good. But I think that's probably what I have to do. And just hope to draw another land. Yeah. 18. Play right into your plans there, Braun-Duin. Go ahead.
Perfect. Alright, well, he played right into our plans there, so we're going to.
Taking a bunch of damage.
We're going to force him to pay the ultimate price and then get him for 7.
11.
The old 7-Eleven plan. You're up.
Well, that wasn't a land. Which is quite unfortunate.
Maybe there's one on top of your deck.
I hope so. I need there to be. Oh man, this is rough. So I can just use one of these to kill the pack rat, but that doesn't really do much of anything yet. I think the only way I'm winning this game is if I hit a land with this Courser.
Stormbreath Dragon. It's a land.
It is a land. Alright, so we're going to gain a life.
12.
We're going to scry.
Mutavolts.
I'll keep it there.
Okay.
Like I said, need me some lands. And I'll pass.
Loves the land. Right. Draw. Beautiful. All right.
Not
Well,
surprised.
we're gonna duress that Mizium Orders you drew, and yep. You have a Dreadbore and 2 Domries.
Yep.
Yeah, I like getting rid of that thing, and then I'm going to Doomblade your Courser and 7 you again. Shoot down to 5, and you're up.
All right. Well. Alright, so I can... You have 1 card?
Yes.
So I can kill both of his creatures. I think that's what I have to do. Activate the fight.
Yeah, I probably should have not activated the mutant. Well, no, I get him for more damage that way. So. Alright,
Go
you
ahead.
have 1 card in hand.
Yeah, it's a Domly.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's worth hitting you, so I'm just going to kill your Domry and then play Big D. And you're up.
Oh, those are some good spells.
My opening hand is pretty good. And I've drawn a lot of lands to let me cast all these cards.
I'm at 5. So I can just play this Polykranos. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, but I can't play the Polykranos and the Domry, so I will just play the Polykranos.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
Alright. How about something really cool? I'll enter combat and trigger my Desecration Demon.
Well, I'm at 5, so I don't want to die.
Probably was. I think you should sack the Polykranos.
That would be real smart. So I think that I have to... I'll activate my Mutavault.
Okay.
And then sack the Mutavault.
Alright, Mutavault down. I'm just going to play this, which probably dies to Domry, but it is what it is. And say go.
Alright, we need a Dreadbore. That's not a Dreadbore. don't think I can attack. Go.
Draw. Enter combat, trigger demon. And pass the turn.
+1.
Reaper.
Reaper was a pretty good draw.
Very good draw.
So I have to decide here if I want to attack with this Polychronos or not. So I can attack with Polychronos and then play the Reaper. And I'll be able to sack my Mutavault to tap his demon down and have Reaper in play, and then next turn I can use Reaper to kill his Desecration Demon. I think I'm going to cast the Reaper first. Just in case he does have a removal spell for my Polychronos, so make him use it now.
Okay, resolves.
And I think that I actually have to hold back the Polychronos. Nope, I'm going to attack.
15.
I think I just have to be aggressive here. Your turn.
Come on down. Enter combat, demon.
Activate Mutavault.
Sure.
We'll sacrifice.
Yep.
Trigger Reaper of the Wilds.
Yep.
I'll bottom that.
Go.
Alright, so we untap and draw. Okay. Alright. I'll give Reaper of the Y. Oh. Maybe I should attack first here. 15.
I'm at 15.
Yep. We'll go to combat.
Sure.
I'll attack.
No blocks.
No effects.
Alright, take 9.
Alright. We're going to give Reaper of the Wilds Death Touch.
Sure.
And then we're going to fight your demon. 1 scratch trigger. Bottom. And I want to shock myself here, but if you have a removal spell for this, then I'm basically dead if I do, so we'll just play the Blood Crypt tapped and pass.
Alright, come on, deck.
Herald of Torment.
Ooh. Go.
So I can monstrous my Polychronos now to make the attack lethal. No. Combat.
Activate Meter Vault.
Resolves before blocks. Fight for 2 on Meter Vault.
Out of mana.
Yep.
Activate Meter Vault.
Yep.
Block.
Sure. Go.
Alright, we have to draw a removal spell. Well, I guess that gives us another turn. Go. Meter Vault, block.
Yep. Go.
Removal spell. Dead.
Jeez.
Alright, final game. I'm gonna play.
Game
Come on, deck.
Cinco.
Give me exactly what I want.
Cinco
Come on,
de
deck.
Gamo.
Whoa, hey. Alright,
Bunch of lands.
we're keeping. We're gonna keep.
I'm gonna keep this one too.
It's not the greatest, not the worst.
Same.
Alright. I'm gonna lead with Thoughtseize. That way.
Alright, well, you can take a removal spell or an ooze.
Alright, well, I think I'm gonna take an ooze. Alright,
Ooze
so you have
ooze.
a Mortars, Dreadbore, Mountain, Stomping, Temple, and then Tomb. And I'm at 18. Here we go.
Alright, we're gonna temple.
Okay.
Bottom. Go ahead.
Probably a land. Come on, deck.
Well, I keep like literal any spell.
Dress you.
Which one do you want to get rid of?
Alright, what did you draw? Blood Crypt? Or what-
Yeah, the
yeah,
Blood Crypt, I think.
Yeah. I will take the yeah, I'll take the Dreadbore. Your turn.
I mean, I guess I have to keep it. Not happy though.
Come
Go
on,
ahead.
deck. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Needed a land.
I did need a land. So I could cast this, but I'm not going to because I know that it is going to brick. I'm just going to cast that instead. Herald of Torment. Mizium Mortars.
Use the mortars.
Alright,
Go ahead.
so there's the mortars that we knew about. Draw. Now I'm going to cast the Lifebane Zombie in case he drew a green creature.
No, it was the mortars I had to leave on top.
Alright, another mortars. Your turn.
So my hand's basically the same as last turn.
Yep.
Oh, that was a cute draw.
Courser, sure. Another Courser.
I'll gain a life.
Alright, you're at 21.
Go ahead.
Let's see what we have.
Man, I wish I could block you so bad. That 2/4 on 3/1 action.
This is a tough decision. We can play any of these. We know he has mortars. I don't really want him to get double Courser though, because it seems really good against us.
Just gain a billion life.
Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of feel like I have to strip your Mizium Orders before. Yeah, through you.
18.
Go.
Yeah. So, because the Courser is living, leads me to believe that he has a downfall in his hand. And Reaper is pretty good. Alright, so we're going to play this guy. We'll gain 2 life.
20.
And we'll conveniently be able to have 6 mana to play a Reaper and protect it next turn. Now battle for dose.
16.
Go.
Alright, deck. Ugh.
Man, how many Desecration Demons do you have over there?
Alright, get him for 3.
17.
I'll play Herald of Torment, and you're up. So this at least shuts down his Coursers from hitting us for as much. Reaper.
Play a land, gain 2.
Yep.
Reaper, battle.
Block one of them.
Go to,
14.
14. Go ahead.
13 on my upkeep.
Yep. He ain't scared of no Lifebane Zombie.
That's true. No, I don't actually think attacking is probably bad. I mean, I guess I have to attack or I can't win. Yeah, this is kind of rough.
I think if you're going to use a removal spell on a Courser, would be now. Right?
I'm not going to use a removal spell on a Courser. I can't win if I do that. I'm just going to play this and say go.
There, okay.
Yeah. It's a little gross, but...
Alright, so we'll draw. Gain 2.
I could have killed your Courser right off the bat, but then...
Instead of playing the Herald?
But then you just get to Mizium Mortars. Like, you just get to play your other Courser and still Mizium Mortars me.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can even sandbag the Mortars and just wait to overload it.
Yeah, like, because this is going to help offset the Lifebane Zombie damage. So, if I attack with the Reaper, like, he can double block, and then I can kill both of his creatures, scry twice, and then be able to follow up with his Polykranos. And I think that's fine. So I will attack with just Reaper of the Wilds.
Alright, I'm going to double block with these two, since Lifebane Zombie is definitely not doing that much.
So here I don't even have to give it Death Touch, because there's 3 and 4, so that's fine.
Okay.
We'll get 2 scry triggers. This guy is going to go to the bottom. We're going to leave the ultimate price on top.
Yep.
I wonder if I should have played the Polykranos, fought... Yeah, I definitely should have played the Polykranos and fought the zombie before I attacked. That would have put you in him. Oh, then I wouldn't have been able to do Death Touch. Alright, so that's fine. And then go.
Yeah, we're in for a beating here.
Yeah, like now that I have an answer for a demon.
And that was probably like one of the worst draws we could have drawn.
Oh no. Thoughtseize or a Duress.
Our guy is dying anyway, so
18.
we'll attack you, and we'll just say go.
And you're at 12.
Yep.
I wonder if it's right to just Monstrous Polykranos here. Maybe I just wait since I can use it to kill his Herald of Torment if he uses a removal spell. Combat.
No looks.
No fix.
Oh yeah, I guess I messed that up.
You should do this on your turn.
Yeah. I forgot you actually had enough mana to monsters.
Yep.
So. Yeah, I'll go to 8.
It's your turn.
Go to 7.
And Reaper of the Wilds is very good in this deck.
Super frustrating. Yeah, knowing that you're drawing a Reaper next turn just is really frustrating for me, because I don't think I can win. Well, I'll attack for 3.
I'll go 215.
I will say go.
Okay. Now I think I have to hold its ultimate price for a Desecration Demon, and leaving that Herald in play is fine because it's actually dealing damage to you, and at some point you'll have to answer these Corsair Crucifix.
End of your
Yeah.
end of your draw step. All right, Misery Mortars. That's fine. Continue.
All right. So we are going to play this Reaper of the Wilds.
Kill one of these guys in response.
Yep. I'll attack you for 2,
5.
and then I'll pass the turn.
Go to 4, and I don't think I can draw anything. I guess that keeps me alive for a turn. But there's no draw that wins. I mean, I'll play Pansayer, but I'm just dead. Go. Actually, that's really bad. You have Missing Mortar. Like, I'm dead either way.
Yeah,
so.
I just get to overload the mortars. I mean, you can always block this guy with your Meter Vault, but
Yeah, but I'm dead the next turn.
yeah. I'll overload. We've got 2 scry triggers. First one bottom. Second one, we'll leave it there. I'll take 1 to 14. Attack for 6.
I mean, activate, block.
Yeah.
Well, this is.
Oh yeah. We go to 2, and then it's your turn.
Alright. Dead.
Yeah.
Alright, we are here for the conclusion. Kind of a weird match. I won both pre-board games and lost all 3 post-board games.
Which is exactly the opposite of what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I felt like the matchup gets better for me post-board, and wasn't actually like I actually still think that even afterwards, but maybe that's different.
After playing, I feel like Reaper of the Wilds is a pretty huge trump post-board, and like your deck becomes just like a bunch of discard and removal spells, and my deck is just like a bunch of monsters and removal spells. So if I ever get to stick something and you don't have an answer, like my guys are just going to outclass your guys, with the exception of Desecration Demon. So I just have to be careful tiptoeing around Desecration Demon. But it feels like, you know, if anything lives on my side, it becomes a real uphill battle from the black deck's perspective. But I think you still have the the option of just like playing Pack Rat on 2 on the play and overwhelming me if I don't have a mortars.
Yeah, or like I didn't see Lifebane very often in this match. Like I did see it there at the end, but like you drew a Reaper afterwards.
Yeah, like I think it's like you saw Lifebane a couple times, but it never hit a Reaper. Like it always hit like a Polykranos or a Caryatid, which is not where you want it to be. I think that if you ever hit a Reaper with it, it's very difficult for you to lose.
Yeah.
But if I'm able to get a Reaper in play and untap with it, it's tough for me to lose.
Yeah, like it was basically like you drew the Reapers later in the game when you had the mana already open.
Yep.
And I just kind of was left not being able to do anything about it. I think like some of the games that I lost were, you know, like I knew your hand, I knew you didn't have anything, and my hand was very good. And then like a series of me drawing a bunch of lands and you drawing good spells, I ended up losing games that I was very far ahead in.
Yeah. Which was definitely very similar to when I played like the Black-White Devotion deck against the Bant Planeswalker deck. Is, you know, we have all these discard spells and we're able to take all these powerful spells out of your opponent's hand. But decks like this and the Planeswalker deck, they're so full of all these powerful cards that sometimes they'll just draw the right one off the top of the deck and you just can't stop it. It's just so good.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's standard in a nutshell, to be honest. I feel like all these cards are just so friggin' powerful. You know, you can Thoughtseize your opponent and duress them all you want, but sometimes they're just going to draw, you know, this awesome card and you just don't have an answer for it.
Yeah. So from the perspective of this deck, I actually liked Herald of Torment a lot.
Herald seemed awesome.
It was bad in Game 5, but there were...
It's because you drew 4.
Yeah, I drew 4 of them. But there were a number of times where I was actively rooting to draw Herald of Torment so many times.
Yeah,
There were so many times
the
where I was like,
bestow makes it so good in the mid to late game.
yeah, there were so many times where I was like, Herald's the best draw in my deck. So the card was very good. I was very happy with it. Lifebane Zombie was still a good card. Pack Rat's still fine. I only drew Painseer a few times, and it was late in the game, and he was as miserable as you can expect.
Yeah, I think that Painseer is really going to shine against decks with Supreme Verdict.
Yeah.
Is like where he's going to shine, where you want to play him on 2 because Pack Rat isn't so good against them, and he's just going to draw you a couple cards.
Yep.
But I feel like in general, maybe Thrill Kill Assassin, like you guys were playing before, is probably just better.
Yeah, like when I played this deck before, I had Thrill Kill, and Thrill Kill definitely seems a lot better, especially against monsters. Thrill Kill seems amazing.
Yeah. 03
like,
hexproof, still attack you.
Yeah, I can play it on turn 2, attack through Sylvan, Caryatid. You can't fight it. You can't attack through it with Polykranos or Reaper of the Wilds. It trades with both of those cards.
It lets you sit back against Reaper and just attack with Herald of Torment.
There were actually multiple times where I drew Painseer and you had a Polykranos in play already, and I just actually couldn't even cast it because it just gives you a target to Monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
That actually happened in game 1, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas
Thrill Kill is just
if I drew Thrill Kill there, I can just play it as a 1/2. I don't unleash it, and then now you can't fight it, and I can
attack.
You can't attack, and you can't fight it. Thrill Kill also attacks through Courser Crewfix as well. So
that's true.
I think Thrill Kill is probably where you want to be over Painseer. I kind of want another card that lets your 1-drops attack. I don't know what it is. Like there's maybe Mogus's Marauder is an option. I'm not huge on that card, but that's certainly an option. Maybe Night Howler is an option.
I wonder if, now, don't crucify me for bringing this up, but Desecration Demon is so good right now.
Yeah.
That these decks are splashing black for cards like Dreadborn Ultimate Price.
Yeah.
So a card like Boon of Erebos, which you joked about, but it might actually have application here. It can trigger Herald of Torment or Tormented Hero. It can let your guys attack through Caryatid. It can save a good creature
through a
Supreme Verdict, and it can save your demon if your monster's opponent happens to draw a removal spell. Or even like if they make their guy giant and try to fight, to kill, you're like, all right, well, my guy's big, regenerated, and your guy dies now. Like Boon of Erebos might be good.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. Like Boon might actually be very good. It also is a pump spell.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. No, I'm not opposed to that idea. I think that's actually a really good idea. So that's something to consider as well. But yeah, I actually think both of these decks are very good.
Yeah, they're really, really good. I'm definitely excited to put in some work this week before Atlanta,
Same.
so we can figure out what deck to play in battle. Because there's only a handful of points separating the top 4 people in the Players' Championship race, and he's been up there for way too long. I think it's time for somebody else to step up and take that number 1 spot.
Yep. Chris and I will probably be working together. So we are sort of competing against each other, but at the same time we're trying to help each other out too.
Yep.
So.
I would be just as happy if Brian qualifies his first quarters if I were to myself, because anybody that's in a good position to qualify for this quarter will be in that same position next quarter, and there's a whole year to qualify.
Yeah. So, I've spent the last 2 weeks working, 2 or 3 weeks working on Modern, but I'm ready to shift gears back to Standard. So. Excited to see.
A little bit more variance in Standard, but it can be fun.
Definitely. So, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you like these decks or got something out of it. Anything you would change about the Jund deck? I mean, it seems very good. I don't know. I
think the list is pretty tight. I'm not sure if you need the 24 lands since you have the 8 mana guys, so you could probably get away with 23.
I like 24, but yeah. Like
I think I'd be fine with 23 and no Mutavaults.
I actually like 24 and no Mutavaults because you can, I think Scrylands actually make having more lands better. And I also think Courser Crewfix makes having more lands better too.
That's true. Courser is very good.
You want to play your Courser and then have a bunch of lands in your deck so that you can draw them. I think a lot of, it seems backwards logic, but having cards having Scrylands and having cards like Courser actually make you want to play more lands because it's the same thing with Preordain. Like cards like Preordain, you actually want to play more lands when you have those kinds of cards in your deck a lot of times because you can just get rid of the lands when you don't need them.
True.
And with Courser, hitting land drops even late's fine when you have Monstrous and things like that. And you don't want to play a Courser on turn 2 turn 3 and then just not see a land for like 3 turns.
Yeah, that's true.
So
It actually happened a couple times this weekend with the 23 land, red-green version.
right.
So I definitely could see no Mutavaults, 24 land still. One of the changes that I made in the green-red version is I cut the 4th Mortars, put it in the board, and played a Fleshblood in the main, because I think Fleshblood's very good. Even without Rampager, I think that the utility for Fleshblood with our Reaper of the Wild still makes it good.
Yes.
And sometimes, you can just use your Polykranos to kill their Polykranos. Since it doesn't actually fight, it just does the damage. I think having 1 Fleshblood's very good.
Having played a lot of limited with Fall the Hammer, I'm big on Fleshblood.
Yeah, Fleshbloods. I definitely like Fleshblood.
Yeah, I think Fleshblood's very good still. You can actually play both halves very easily in this deck too.
Yeah, I actually got to do that this last weekend. I got to fuse onto a Satyr token.
Ooh.
It's pretty nice. I also actually really miss Xenagos the Planeswalker. So this deck kind of steps away from that since it's not all that great in the mirror, but I feel like it's still fine in the mirror. It's a distraction for your opponent when it's bad, and it's pretty game-breaking when it's good. So
Yeah.
I definitely do still like Xenagos the Planeswalker in the deck.
Yeah, like you have Reaper and Polukranos, so it's pretty hard to play another 4, but maybe it's a sideboard consideration.
That is true, although in the green-red version we had 4 Rampager, which isn't a true 4. You can use him for his Blood Rush or whatever the ability is called.
Yeah, Blood Rush.
But I think it's still I still want some number of Xenagos in the 75 because honestly you can never have too many good cards against Desecration Demon. That card is so good against you regardless of your configuration. We saw in that last game, I just had to sit on that ultimate price because I couldn't beat a demon if you cast one.
Which I was planning on doing, so it was right. I actually shouldn't have attacked the last turn and forced you to use the price, but live and learn. So.
Oh well. Well, again, guys, we definitely hope you enjoyed the video. We're all happy to have BBD back from Spain. Thankfully, he didn't get abducted or anything. They're looking for fair-skinned maidens overseas.
I actually did get abducted. There was a week where I was off the radar. It was terrible.
Oh, no. Well, again, guys, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us, watching some awesome Standard action. We'll be back next week, hopefully with some sweet decks from Atlanta. So get to brewing.
Hopefully, it's like my first place deck against Chris's
second place deck.
Yeah,
that'd be nice to be
just
like the standards.
Yeah,
the standings. Any suggestions or requests, please feel free to put them in the comments. We read them all, begrudgingly sometimes, but we do read them all. So again, for BBD at CVM, thanks for hanging out.
See you later.